Morning, everyone. Welcome back to NFT Art Talk, where we are live daily talking about art, music, fashion, culture, news, and hot topics in the morning. That's what we're here to do. We hope that you've had a great week. We know we're powering through to the end of it, and we're excited to be with you again on another morning to talk about, again, a newer way to look at some of the industry news and topics and a little bit of perspective from myself and Kartik. So, if you haven't met us yet, my name is Moshe, aka DJ Fetus. This is my good homie Kartik NFT in all the places. What's good, man? How you doing today?
Just chilling, man. Just looking forward to a couple of these articles we're going to be talking about. Just kicking it, creating, man, and just waking up in a good mood this morning, actually.
Yeah, man, me too, dude. I had a great night last night, chilling in some awesome spaces and hanging out. I got my whole day ahead with my kid today. It's like Thursdays are just me and him usually, so pretty fun. And yeah, man, I'm excited to dive in. Shall we do it?
Let's do it, man.
All right. Well, we're going to start today with something kind of unique. We're going to start adding it to the show just out of interest, but we found this site DAP Radar. Again, this is just stuff we're finding. I haven't had a chance to research them and find out exactly where they get their numbers from, but I just thought it was interesting because they kind of look at the marketplaces, not just like what's
Right.
being sold on them. And OpenSea seems to be kind of popping off as the top leader, which we kind of knew. Looks Rare is an interesting one up there. Magic Eden, a Solana network, number three, or marketplace. CryptoPunks, their own marketplace, at number four. With almost $1 million in sold, NBA Top Shot rounding out the top five, and then just some like more independent ones as we go below. Then you kind of, and then like, and number 14 is Foundation, 15 is Rarible, 17 is Hickok which is kind of like Object, which I know we talk about on the air a lot. That's a Tezos chain. Rarible and Foundation are Ethereum. Just interesting to see. I think we see it from two perspectives. One, just seeing where people are transacting these NFTs, and then two, honestly, I look at some of these volume numbers, and again, like Foundation 68,000. What's that? That's probably
I think
680,000,
I think
right?
it's USD actually because it has the dollar sign on it.
Yeah, USD. But I honestly would think it would be much higher on Foundation. So
Mm.
to me, it just shows me like, okay, this definitely is still an emerging marketplace, you know?
Yeah, I
Uh,
didn't. This is interesting, actually, listing, man. I've never seen one like this. So to finally know, like, oh, Flow is on NBA Top Shot and Block 2 Bay, I'm gonna probably check those out now. And then yeah, just to see these other ones. I didn't even know CryptoPunks actually had a marketplace either.
Yeah, and I don't know if all these marketplaces are ones that like say, Kartik and I could upload our NFTs to,
Mhm.
as much as it is, just places where people transact. So, really interesting stuff. And as an artist, this is also interesting because it gives you ideas of new places to put up your stuff, uh, if it's possible. So, links in the description below if you're interested to come, explore DAP Radar and more about who they are, where they get their information. Again, Kartik and I just kind of find this stuff before we come on and show it to you guys because we think it's interesting. In the same light, Statistica, like a big stats publisher online, published this overall NFT sales looking back to 2017. It's the number of sales, and then it also has like a daily average. Um, Really interesting stuff. They're showing May 1st to be like the highest day in NFT sales history, which was just what, a couple, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Um, and then, August 2021 kind of being like another really hot time for NFTs. And also, again, like kind of in theme of what we were just saying, like when you look at this bar graph, like it's really only been about a year that NFTs have remained popular in sales, according to this graph. I mean, before that, like you're barely seeing like, you know, like it's looking like at most you're seeing like kind of thousands days, like the tops would be in the tens of thousands of sales. Now you're seeing like tops being 118,000 sales in a day. And that's just the average. So, another really interesting stat to kind of bring perspective to the NFT space, in my opinion, showing us like, these averages are just taking off, and this is it's an emerging market.
Yeah, I mean, the chart says itself. It's like such in an infancy right now, but you see these like kind of spikes that are happening this past like year or so, and just showing you like how many more people kind of got into space, and at the same time, it's still at its infancy and it still has a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, it is really interesting to see. It'd be fun to go back and look on those days and see what happened that day, like when Basie, like Board Ape
Mhm.
Yacht Club, started to blow up, when like OpenSea like launched as like their newest model, Beeple, when Beeple made that sale, like stuff like that, the biggest sale in NFT history, and then just the eyes that it brings in. But we know Kartik and I are looking out for that mass adoption. That's part of this thing where we're seeing like Instagram and Spotify and other like hugely trafficked sites in the music scene and art scene start to like bring in NFTs, and then that's when we're going to see charts like this one really explode. 100,000 daily average being the top. That's nothing when you consider that the audience is billions of people, because it's not just people in the United States, right? So very interesting. Kartik, take us into some news, man.
Yeah, so I thought this was a pretty cool article about NFTs. The artist behind Fearless Girl is selling NFTs to fund her legal case against the company that put the statue on Wall Street. So, artist Kristen Visbal has been locked in legal battle over the rights to her work over the years. And since 2019, Karen, the artist behind the Fearless Girl statue that famously faced off against Wall Street iconic Charging Bull, has been waging a legal battle against the company that funded the installation. The advertising agency McCann commissioned the sculpture as part of the marketing campaign for the asset management firm State Street Global Advisors, which covered the production costs. After the sculpture was installed on International Women's Day 2017, it immediately went viral. Viswal made 25 additional editions of the work, each priced at 250K. State Street sued, arguing that the artist was making unauthorized copies in violation of his trademark. Now Visbal is making an NFT as a way to raise funds for legal costs, which stand at 3.3 million, and to promote the statue's feminist message. The lawsuit has essentially ruined my life, she told Art News. In the beginning, I said, I forget it. I'm not a digital artist. I can't do that. But Visbal said, but I'm a fearless girl in every sense of the name, and not only in my lawsuit, but also trying to forge these NFTs in a community that I'm only starting to become a part of and really enjoy it. I just think it's interesting, man. You that's why you got to always kind of watch out for what you're signing your art over to and what they're doing with it. And now I know NFTs are probably not big back then, but now you see like how this could have further implications in the future. She's fortunately using that NFT as a way to like get more funding for her, message and her vision, try to like be able to make this kind of artwork as like additions and stuff like that. So I just thought it was a cool way of like shows like how the old system tries to buy the art and the artist off and then just put it somewhere. But when you're doing that, signing contracts, some of these artists don't know, like, can I make copies of these things? And when they try to do it, these companies come in and like, no, we're the ones who funded it, put it in a place where they could see it and we own the rights to it. And at least in this NFT space, when you do this, you could write it into the smart contract in the beginning of like you want to get royalties and all these things. But I just thought it was interesting, man. She's using NFTs as a mechanism to fight back on this, and also just her learning from what she did in the past and how she could change it in the future.
Yeah, and I think it takes these high visible artists to affect change, and I appreciate her for doing that. Like you said, like she may. I mean, and sometimes it's not even written into contracts, right? They just say
Mhm.
like, "Well, you sign that, like we own this."
The work of it,
So,
yeah,
therefore, and oh yeah, by the way, the we own this in this situation. We have way more money than you'll ever have. We have lawyers on retainers.
right.
We will, even if it's not written into the contract, we will come after you if you try to reproduce this thing. Um, and claiming that it was like their position that got it all of this. But no, it was. it was Kristen, this artist, I call her by her first name, Kristen Visible, this artist that made this, that had the passion, that had the vision, that had the dream to do it. And and honestly, I remember when this was like on the top of all the Wall Street news stuff. And I just think, to me, it's like, I'm proud to see her doing this. I wish I could buy, a six-figure NFT right now, but I'm not really in that range, because these are the types of projects I find interesting and supporting. And I wish her the best of luck in her legal battles. And I hope that, like, other women artists see this and know that they can stand up and find unique ways to do it. And like she said in her quote, like, she wasn't a digital artist, but this is the way of the future, because she's figuring it out.
And
And I,
honestly, it's kinda ridiculous, man, because they did it for International Women's Day, and they commissioned the piece for women empowerment, and then they're not even allowing her to make other editions of it, right? And it's just like, how ironic is that, right? And that should make us all think, what are these people with money? What are these people with companies really trying to do? Because, like, I'll always tell everybody, when we go look on the internet, anything around us, it's all art. It's all people who created it, other than nature. You can even look at nature's art. But in the sense of like us humans, when we look at everything, it's all art. So these artists should be owning all of that.
I agree, man. Fashion, architecture, even just like what you see in a store. Some artist like created that label. And I agree with you 100%, man. I really do. And, the irony in it, is it so ironic? I don't know. Like, but the fortitude of this artist to say, I don't give a shit. This is why I did this in the first place, and I'm going to go do this now. And man, I just wish her the best of luck. Like I said, I find that very inspiring, and it makes me not want to let people push me around, with my art and what I'm doing. So I really appreciate that. Sorry, did you have another thought?
Oh no, just value your art at a high level. Like that's the most important thing. Like, don't let these other people tell you the price of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's such an intimate thing to you as an artist, and also should be an intimate thing to all your fans out there. So you should just figure out what that means to you, and not just sign over things. Just be like, I just need this right now.
I agree. I agree. All right, let's keep it rolling. Last article for today, then we'll leave you guys on for your day. Comedian Seth Green loses Bored Ape NFTs and hack. Leaves a note. Well, friends, it happened to me. It happens to a lot of people. Comedian and actor Seth Green, known for his roles in movies. No, I will not reserve my spot. In movies such as Austin Powers and Scooby Doo. It's funny they chose Scooby Doo. This Is It. Wasn't that the one that he was in with what's her name? Anyways, announced on Twitter yesterday that he lost 4 bored apes in a phishing attack. Well, friends, it happened to me. Got phished and had 4 NFTs stolen. Green tweeted. He asked the NFT community and his 1.4 million followers to refrain from interacting with the stolen goods. Please don't buy or trade these while I work to resolve. I wonder if he's gonna have to buy them back. Actually, the person that took it has a Twitter profile and a OpenSea. He linked his OpenSea to this Twitter, Darkwings84. Another interesting pun on kind of like Seth Green's time. It was like, all that stuff was popping off back in the day. Uh,
Darkwing Duck.
yeah. Looking at the 4 NFTs, Bored Ape 8398, and then Macy Mutinate 19182 and 9964, and a doodle. So pretty much like the four of the most popular NFTs. An account, they were transferred. Then they were transferred to an account that wasn't linked to anything, and then that account is no longer there, and the NFTs are lost to the ether. Green has recently become more involved with the NFT space and has even started collaborating with Steve Aoki, a DJ, on an NFT-linked TV show. In fact, Green's Bored Ape was transferred to him by Aoki. So it was kind of like a gift. Hey, do this with me type thing, it sounds like. Yeah, I mean, I think we chose this article just as a reminder. The way it happened for Seth Green was he was trying to buy a derivative of like a really popular NFT. I can't remember. It was like one of the cat NFTs. And it was a phishing link. somebody's made it seem like some new collection was about to drop, that's probably about to drop, but just made it look exactly like that. Clicked on that link, connected his wallet to the site to buy it, and then immediately lost all of his NFTs. So we'll leave that as a quick reminder for you guys. We hate to have to leave, like, both of these news articles are kind of like, man, I hate that somebody has to lead by example here. But I am appreciative that, like, the people who get a lot of spotlight in these spaces are like saying, like, hey, this is where I messed up, you don't have to do the same thing. He could have just hidden, but he like tweeted about it and is like talking about it, and it literally is published, like, this is exactly how it happened to me. So I think more people need to hear that. When you go to buy an NFT from a mint site particularly, please, like, look at the spelling of the link. Go to the main person's Twitter or the official links in the Discord and see if it's linked out of there. People, this happened to me. I was so close. I was like one button click away. Thank God my wife stopped me. I was trying to get a Murakami flowers. Someone had just spelled Murakami with one extra I, made the site look exactly like Murakami's, website, made the Instagram that was linked from that site look exactly like Murakami's flowers. It was seriously messed up, but we just happened to catch that extra I. And so, I just remember, like literally the extra I written www.murakamii.flowers, instead of one I. So it's just like very easy, especially in the excitement of like, oh man, I'm about to get this thing that everybody's going to want. And how am I so lucky? And because those lucky moments do happen. It's just, you got to make sure that you're going from an official link, or that, some reputable site told you that, but yeah, just a quick reminder.
Yeah, and additionally, I always have this talk with Moshe all the time. It's like, man, if you have like something very valuable NFT, you should actually be storing that in a cold wallet. And because sometimes when these are on hot wallets like MetaMask and these other ones, and you get into these phishing links, that's how they're able to kind of like jack it out of there. Not MetaMask per se, but it's some of these wallets that are hot wallets, right? And yeah, if it happened to him, like, that could happen to anybody really. So you have to understand that format of like hot versus cold wallet being something that you have like a physical device that kind of like authorizes transactions going in and out. So you have to have that in there to actually make it happen. And then also just like, yeah, watch out for like the NFTs you're trying to go for, and just make sure you're like reading the links and all that stuff correctly, because if not, you could get jacked some money, and that's never fun for anybody.
I agree, man. And yeah, I know Ledger is a really popular brand for these like cold wallets, and Razor is one I hear a lot. I mean, do your own research and find one, but if you're collecting NFTs, if you're collecting crypto, it's definitely worth looking
What
into.
One thing I'm wondering, like, when these Bored Ape yachts get stolen, is there like a black market list? Like, these are the ones that are stolen, and just like no one messes with them, or like
Also,
that's
like,
what I
what do
yeah,
you do?
right,
Like Seth Green's going to be pissed off if I bought his Basie, and I'm like, no, it's mine now. I bought
right,
it.
yeah,
Like, you're going to have to buy it from me if you
yeah.
want it
So
back. You know what I mean? Like, because like I didn't, like, if I hadn't
you
seen
didn't,
this
yeah, you didn't
story,
know,
I wouldn't
yeah,
have known. I would have just been like, yo, here's this
right.
Basie,
But that's what I'm
and,
wondering, if
and
they
then
have like a blacklist of like our black market list, like these are
I don't know. We got to ask some of our Basie friends,
right.
and also, like, I also wonder, like, if we've told these stories about how like Basies show up at like 3 ETH, right? For
Right,
a
yeah,
collection that's worth like 300
yeah,
ETH each, right? And I wonder if those are just like jacked Basies, dude.
right,
And
yeah,
people aren't saying that. They're saying, "Oh, there was a glitch in the
right,
computer
yeah.
system." But what if somebody stole that and just
And just
resold
put it
it
out
from
there,
like
yeah.
some random, because it's always a random wallet
Right.
that's listing those, you know? So I don't know. we'll leave it up to you guys to think about. We're just thinking about all the fun things that we can. I hope our perspective is fun for you. I hope it's interesting for you. We're going to go ahead and peace out. I hope that y'all have a great day. If you're new to the channel and you're here with us on YouTube, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you know when we're live. We're going live twice a day, in the mornings and in the afternoons. The mornings, just like this, where we're talking about hot topics, news, and our perspective. In the afternoons, we're talking about art and the artists that inspire us. Tomorrow is a huge day for the show. Kartik and I are going to be talking about all the stuff that we've released this week in the Jam Room. So please come hang out with us tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock Central Time to get a little taste of the new. Hopefully, I'm touting a heat win tomorrow. And also, before I forget, if you're with us on Twitter, please don't forget to like and retweet the post. Give us a follow there. You can hit the notification bell. Mostly, I hope everyone has a fun day. I'm about to have a lot of fun today. I'm gonna be running around at playgrounds and outside. I can't wait to be outside. And just I feel so blessed that I can take the time to be with my family. And I hope everybody takes a moment to be with someone you love, or call them up on the phone, or if you need to hit us up, we're around and we love you. But yeah, man, feel the love, share the love, peace and love. I'll let Carter close us down. I'm rambling.
Yeah, if you have great weather outside, go outside today. I'm gonna take those words from DJ Fetus, maybe go for a walk for a little bit. It's kind of chill this morning, at least right now where I'm at. So everybody out there, get outside, go enjoy the nature.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, a quick shout out to one of our viewers. Maybe he'll be watching this. Our buddy Lou R talked me into putting my name. Finally, talked me into actually putting my name down there too. But I had to leave the DJ Fetus because you guys know me too as that. But yeah, man. Kartik, my name's Moshe. Kartik and I have been at it a long time. So it's fun that some of our friends and fans from pre NFT days are coming in who are you? But yeah, our band for life. All right, that's it. Talk to y'all later.